Hello, fantasy and sci-fi lovers. It's me, it's Triple B. Let's spill that tea. What's up, beasties? It's me, it's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast. Welcome back to the channel and another episode of Beast Tea Weekly, where we spill that tea about fantasy and sci-fi news, cover reveals, new releases coming out, spotlight some awesome indie authors and booktubers, and also switch gears and talk about the Bearded Book Beast channel, what's been going on, what's to come, and of course, at the end we talk about how my writing's going. So get ready, because it's time for another episode of Beast Tea Weekly. Let's do it. First up, just wanted to give a shout out to author John Gwynn for Fury of the Gods becoming a New York Times bestseller. That is fantastic. Congratulations, John. You deserve it. This is an awesome accomplishment. I cannot wait to get into this series more. I'm reading Shadow of the Gods, and I'm loving it so far. I've heard awesome things about all of your books, and I'm excited to dive into all of them because I have all of them now. In other news, the Watchmen animated series, Chapter 1, is coming to HBO Max November 18th, this Monday. I have not watched it yet, but I do love Watchmen. In fact, I have this awesome special edition of it. It is one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. In fact, it's my favorite as of right now. I am actually one of the few people that did like Zack Snyder's movie that he made about it. I didn't think it was that bad. The Watchmen animated series, Chapter 1, will be available on HBO Max November 18th, and Chapter 2 is releasing for rental and purchase on November 26th. So if you have HBO Max and you like Watchmen, now's the time to get caught up before Chapter 2 comes out. I have not yet, but I want to, and I'm pumped to watch on HBO Max this week. Today, on November 17th, the day of Beast Tea Weekly's airing, Dune Prophecy is set to premiere on HBO Max, and I am very excited. I love Dune. I've read the first book, need to get into the other ones, but I also love the movies, and I'm excited. Dune Prophecy is a prequel series set 10,000 years before the events of Dune, so it's going to be new stuff in a world we love. So I'm pumped. Hopefully they do a good job with it. We shall see. Let me know if it's past this day. If you watched it, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought, because I will be watching it, and I will give my thoughts next week on Beast Tea Weekly. And finally in the news, a piece of schlocky information. In 2025, a horror movie will be coming out based on Popeye the Sailor Man. As you know, when things are old enough, they become free for everyone to use. And Popeye is set to enter that zone. So as you can see here, first shots from the bloody, gory, and from the raunchy and gory, as it's described, horror movie, be a horror movie, don't worry, of Popeye the Sailor Man. Looks interesting. Now, why do I mention this? Because one of my favorite books to read as a child was Winnie the Pooh. One of my favorite books and shows. And I have not watched yet Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, number 1 and 2, which are both out. But I am interested to watch them because I do like horror movies, and I am interested to see what they did with that. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you've watched those, or if you are interested in Popeye the Sailor Man's horror movie, or if you think this is all just dumb. Leave me a comment either way. But I wanted to let you guys know because I had heard about this, and it's interesting to me. Thank you. Up next is a cover reveal that came out recently that fell in the gap of time when we were not doing Beast Tea Weekly. And it is for the sequel to Harbinger of Justice, and that is for The Black Mantle by Andrew Watson. his prequel novella and book 1 of the series are available. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend them. One of my top 10 books of 2024 so far. So, without further ado, if you haven't seen it yet, gaze in all the glory at this beautiful cover for The Black Mantle by Andrew Watson. Coming soon. 3, 2, 1, boom! That is a beautiful cover, is it not? I am very excited to check it out. Looks like it's going to be even darker than book 1. I cannot wait. Congratulations, Andrew. You're awesome. And so are your books. Up next is something new I'm going to start doing on Beast Tea Weekly, and that is to spotlight an indie author that I think has not gotten a lot of attention that I would love to give a spotlight to. If you watched Triple B's book mail yesterday, I got in book 1 and book 2 of this author's series, and that is Ryan Lanz. Book 1, The Silver Crystal, and book 2, The Way of Stones, part of the Red Kingdom. Book 3 is also out, which is called The Path of Strangers. I'll put a cover up here. Book 4 just released this fall, and it is entitled Crossroads of Redemption. Very cool names for all these books. Here, as you can see, here is the cover for book 4, and it looks fantastic. Once again, all of these books look great. If you watched Triple B's book mail, I did talk about the premise of The Silver Crystal, but if you did not, I'm going to share that again, just so that everyone can hear. And if you're worried if the next book, book 5, is going to be out, it will be in October 2025, and it's called The Promise of Scars. Another cool name. Ryan is a fantastic person. I've enjoyed talking to him, getting to know him, and I think that his covers are beautiful, his books sound great, and I'm excited to start The Silver Crystal very, very soon and share my thoughts with everyone. There'll be a link down below to all Ryan's books, as well as to his newsletter, where you can get the prequel to his fantasy series, Dawn of Storms, by signing up. So look for that down below in the description. Check Ryan's books out. Support this awesome person and indie author, just like I have. And let's read his books and talk about them together. They sound like a fun time. Let me tell you what The Silver Crystal is about. One day is all it takes. As a bounty hunter, that already sounds sweet. Rail chases down the corrupted, people with unnatural abilities, too powerful for the rest of society, something he learned firsthand when they killed his father years ago. But when Rail and his crew are ambushed by the very people they were sent to capture, it changes everything. Giuseppe leads a desperate group of rebels who are fighting for their lives just as much as their freedom. Any day now, a group of bounty hunters could swoop down on them. They all look to her for answers. But keeping one step ahead of the order might be more than she can handle. Levis wants peace and order under the ruling class, something he's devoted his life of service to. But the threat of a rebel uprising might be enough to upend the world he's worked so hard to keep together. As the leader of the army, he's always tried to be honorable, but with how fast things are changing, he might not be able to do that much longer. 3 POVs, sounds like an awesome story. Love bounty hunters, and these covers are beautiful. So, again, everything will be down below. Check out his newsletter. Get that prequel short story. That's what I just did today. I'm going to read that first, and then I'm going to dive into these books and get ready for book 5 coming out next year. And I cannot wait. So I'm excited. Thank you, Ryan, for sharing your writing with the world, and for just being an awesome dude. Keep working, keep writing. I'm excited to check out your stuff. And I hope this spotlight gets some more people to get an eye on your books as well. Another new feature that we're going to highlight here on Beast Tea Weekly is to take a look at a booktuber that I think should deserve a spotlight and more recognition. And this week, we're going to talk about my good friend Matt at Beard of Darkness Book Reviews. Beard of Darkness, well, he's awesome. He's got a beard that's way sweeter than mine. But he does a lot of interviews, and he just finished his studio that he does videos in. He's got an awesome bookshelf behind him, and he's read a lot of stuff. He has a great, interesting story. In fact, I'm hoping to have him on Beast Tea on Beast Friends Forever to interview him and let him share his story as being interviewed instead of on the other side. I think that would be fun. But I'm excited for him to do a little more content too, talking about what he's read and doing videos like that. But his interviews are fantastic. He was one of the first people to reach out to me and interview me. He is a great guy, a great friend, one of my best friends I've made on BookTube so far. But even if none of that was true, he is killing it. He really supports indie authors, but he supports authors all together, and he's really starting to get a lot of traction and a lot of notice from people. And just let me tell you, the last few people he's had on to interview, he has interviewed John Gwynne, Scott Lynch, and Tad Williams, and many more. And he is a fantastic guy. You should definitely check out his channel. It's going to be linked down below. But he is killing it, and I just want to say congrats to you, Matt. Thank you for all you do, for all the authors, for all the booktubers, and for everyone in the indie and traditional space, and for readers. You're awesome, man. Keep it going. You are going to keep growing and just take off because you are an amazing person. You are just a gem of BookTube, my friend, and I'm excited to see where your channel continues to go and grow. So congrats to you. Great work. And I hope you're having a great weekend. And I hope this spotlight gets at least maybe one more eye on your channel. But you're doing fantastic. And I just wanted to give you a spotlight and a moment of praise because you're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend. You're doing awesome, brother. All right. And of course, let's talk about some new book releases coming out in the fantasy sci-fi area this week. First up is a big one. It is the third book in the Burning Kingdom trilogy by Tasha Suri. The first book was Jasmine Throne, and the third book coming out is The Lotus Empire. That's going to be coming out on November 12th. It's a fantasy series that has to do with plants and wildlife and stuff like that, and I've always wanted to check it out, but I have not yet. So let me know if you've checked that out. If you're excited about book 3, I do plan to read the trilogy down the road since it's going to be completed very soon. So if you're reading that actively, you'll be excited this week for that one to come out. Next up, we have a book called We Shall Be Monsters by Alyssa Weiss. This book says that Virginia should have listened to her mother all those years ago about going into the woods near their antique shop in Michigan, where I live. But she didn't, and so her true love was cursed by a witch just days before her daughter Gemma was born. Now it's Gemma's turn to disobey her mother about the woods. When she crosses the line, her mother's kidnapped by the witch. Gemma must enter the land of fairies to find her and break the family curse. Sounds interesting. Also this week, The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. Bristol Keats has been struggling to care for her sisters after the death of her parents. Then she receives letters from an aunt she didn't know about, telling Bristol that she can help them and that her father might still be alive. Because it turns out her father is actually from a whole different world, with fae, monsters, and magic. Bristol must travel there and face great danger if she wants to save him and learn the truth of their lives. And finally, another book that I actually am pretty excited about. It's called Toto by Jay Hackwith. Everyone's favorite little dog, Toto, gets his chance to tell his side of the visit to Oz in this witty retelling. He tries his hardest to keep Dorothy out of trouble after they wind up in a strange land, but she doesn't seem to want to listen. But that's teenagers for you. So instead, Toto will have to save the day himself, as she makes bad decision after bad decision. It's a snarky, clever retelling with a lot of humor and heart. That sounds like a lot of fun. I loved Wizard of Oz as a child, and I'm excited to read this funny, snarky book from Toto's point of view, because let's be honest, Dorothy made a lot of bad decisions. It'll also be interesting to see if this is based on the movie or the books, because the books were pretty dark. In fact, I remember I went to read one with my kids, and early on, they come across a soldier, and the lion, or the Tin Man, I'm not sure, with his axe, or the lion with his claw, but they behead one of the soldiers, and the head comes to a rest rolling at Dorothy's blood splatter shoes, and I thought, I don't remember that from the movie. So we'll see, but I'm excited to read this book. Now it's time to switch gears and talk about the Bearded Book Beast YouTube channel. First up, I want to show a couple of videos that highlight some new content that I'm going to be making in my shorts area of the channel. First up, let's talk about Brightness Booked, which is going to be something you see in shorts and also a weekly segment on Beast Tea Weekly. So let's show the full version of my first segment of Brightness Booked. What's up, Beasties? Real quick, I just wanted to share the start of a new short, a start of some new different kind of content that I want to start sprinkling in, and that is Brightness Booked. So you can tell I'm a positive guy. I like to bring the energy. I like to be positive, and that's how I am in my real life too. And tonight I'm wearing this fancy shirt because I was lucky enough, blessed enough, to be asked to go to an award gala with one of my students who was put up for an award to just to be recognized for all the growth and success that he's having. And he asked me to come as a teacher that impacted him. And man, let me tell you, I'm a big softie, and that really gets me right here. Watching this student grow over the last 3 years has been so amazing. The sophomore that I saw that was a little immature and just did not see the amazing rock star that he was like I did, to see him grow every year, and now as a senior, he is just killing it. He's on the choir. He is an amazing musician, but he has just always been this amazing kid that just loves everyone, accepts everyone, is friends with everyone, doesn't judge people, super kind. But to see him slowly learn how to manage his time wisely, how to find ways to focus and self-start and succeed in the classroom as well as outside of it, it's just been a heck of a ride. And to be there tonight, to watch him be recognized, and to have him choose me as someone who's made an impact on him was just crazy. So that leads me to this. It made me start thinking about things that I want to do more with my BookTube channel, not just talk about books and have lots of fun that way, but also to just bring some positivity and brightness from the BookTube community, and share stories, inspirational things that I've seen and that I experienced along the way. And I just think that'll be a lot of fun. So for the first one, I just wanted to talk about my student, who means a lot to me, but also talk about all of you beasties. To everyone who's ever watched one of my videos, thank you from the bottom of my heart. For those that have taken the time to comment and say something, blows my mind. To those of you who have said, oh, I appreciate your energy, or thank you, that made my day, or you're becoming one of my favorite booktubers. I mean, that's insane, and it means so much to me. It's so awesome. Thank you to every author that's ever reached out and wanted to share their book with me, or wants to come on here and talk to me on Beast Friends Forever. Just crazy. Thank you to everyone on social media. It's just been so much fun to be a part of this community. And I just want you to know that as much as I appreciate my students, and as much as they mean to me, and as much as they impact me and I impact them, it's the same with all of you. I love this family, this community, and I can't wait to continue to see it grow. And I think a big part of that is going to be Brightness Booked. So look forward to more of this, but I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you, and that I appreciate you, and that this is awesome. So look for more inspirational content in the future, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Brightness Booked. Book the bright. Let's see. Lovely. Gets me still now. Love that student. Next up, I used to do some book reviews here on the channel, but they didn't get a lot of views, so I haven't been doing them. I've just been talking about books and wrap-ups and stuff, but I do love doing book reviews, so I am going to be starting a book review shorts to get all those out for all the books that I've been reading and have read, and they're going to be called The Bearded Book Beast Bussin' Book Reviews, because they're going to be short, so they're quick, bustlin', and they're books that make you say, this book's bussin'. That's right. So let me show you an example with a book that I finished not long ago and absolutely loved, Dark Bloom by Molly McCobb. Here we go. What's up, beasties? It's time for the Bearded Book Beast Bussin' Book Reviews. That's bussin'. The review for today is Dark Bloom by Molly McCobb, a zombie apocalyptic story, and it's real good. Let me tell you about it. So, the story focuses on Nick and Kate, two people in the middle of this zombie apocalypse. You like short, snappy chapters? You're going to love this. You like zombies? Of course you're going to like this. You like a little romance, but not too much spice? You're going to like this. You like zombies that are described in a terrifying way? You're going to like this. You like action that is violent, gory, descriptive, and will freak you out a little bit? You're going to like this. But it focuses on Nick and Kate, two people trying to survive in this zombie apocalyptic world. The apocalypse has happened. Zombies have taken over. Nobody knows what to do. Everyone's just trying to survive. But what's cool about this story is the characters and what they go through. So Nick and Kate both have their own story, and both of it is full of trauma and heartache and just terrible things that they've gone through. It deals with PTSD from their trauma, depression, and just a lot of stuff that really hits home with anyone who reads it, because everyone has been through stuff. And some of it is heavy. It deals with a lot of heavy stuff, but I feel like it's just so well done. And to watch their characters grow individually and together through it, it was just a beautiful thing. But it also is fast-paced with lots of action and violence and cool, gory things going on. And it is just an awesome combination where it slows down and you get to feel something, but then it's fast-paced and quick and a quick read, and it's just a lot of fun. So it's a great combination. I loved it. I loved every second of it. It's a quick read, and I think it was very impressive for a debut novel. And I think Molly did a fantastic job, and I cannot wait for book 2. So what would my final rating be? Well, this book is a 5 out of 5. That's how good it was. And that means Dark Bloom by Molly McCobb is a beastly beard book, as you can see. Definitely check it out. Links in the description down below. See you next time. All right, so that's what you can expect to see more of on Beastie Weekly, but also throughout the week in shorts. So look forward to that. Next up, let's take a look back and talk about what I read this past week. What's up, Beasties? As far as what I read this week, let's talk about it. So I have been listening to the audio of Way of Kings. I am very, very close to getting done. I'm loving it. I used my credit to buy Words of Radiance, so I'm going to go right into that when I finish. But it is such a good book. I get now why people love this series. I'm bummed that I'm not going to be able to read Wind and Truth when everyone else does. But I will read it in 2025 because I love this series, and I love having it in all formats. Sometimes if I feel like holding the physical copy, I'll do that. I have it on ebook to read on my phone or on my Kindle, and I have the audio to listen to when I'm doing yard work, chores, driving, all that stuff. So it's working out great, and it may take me a couple months, few months, whatever, but I'm loving getting through Stormlight. Love the Cosmere, and I'm pumped. It's so good. I love Kaladin, love Dalinar. I think those are my two favorite. I'm sure I'll have more as the time goes on, but I'm loving the story. It's so good, and I can't wait to see how this wraps up and then move into Words of Radiance. So awesome stuff. And then physically, this week, I have been doing my reread of We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle, and I'm loving it. I got this beautiful broken binding edition. I did read We Are the Dead back when it first came out, and I loved it, but I just wanted to kind of go through. I've never really done a reread, so I wanted to focus on that this week while I'm listening to Way of Kings, reading a lot of Berserk, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, I'm loving it. It's such a good story. It's dark, from the start. It just throws you in. Some crazy stuff happens, and it's kind of like right away, it's what would have happened if Sauron, I never can say his name out loud right, but let's say Frodo lost. Let's say Aragorn and Frodo and the Fellowship lost. Sauron. So why do I not know how to say that out loud? I just always read it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, what if the good guys lost? So it's very interesting. And I really am remembering why I love it so much. It's very dark, very brutal, but very good. And Mike is a cool guy, but he really looked into the characters in a fantasy world, in a grim setting, and how would they react? How far would they have to go in this kind of dark situation and world? No one can stay squeaky clean. No one can stay the knight in shining armor. You're going to have to do some bad things in a bad world. So it's very good, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of the Red Company thought, and also then move into the next 2 books, which I have not read. I'm very excited about that. Otherwise, I have been reading on my Kindle. Let me grab it here. I've been reading Bloodwoven. Love this book by G.J. Terrell. It is very, very good. I'm very impressed. This is his debut, and I think it's fantastic. It's very interesting. I'm not done with it yet, so next week I'll talk about it more, but I highly recommend it. This guy on the cover is Lynn. He is awesome. One of my new favorite characters I've read about. Just really just an awesome dude. And there's a lot I want to say, but I'm just going to wait till I'm done and let it kind of simmer and wrap up in my brain. But very good. I highly recommend it. Book 2 Bloodbound is out, and you should definitely get going with Bloodwoven and check it out. It is awesome. So I've been loving that. Graphic novel-wise, I read The Written, which was fantastic. I just love this. It's from a Kickstarter, but it's huge, like a magazine. It's on black pages, and the artwork is really cool. It's almost more of a visual novel, I would say, because there's a beautiful artwork in every panel, but there's text boxes, and sometimes there's dialogue boxes, but a lot of times it's describing the scene and what happened. So it's almost like a visual novel, but it's really good. Focuses on Farden, the main character here. He is a written, and it's just in a very cool Emaneska in a dark world. And there's like vampires and stuff, which I did not know, which is pretty sweet. And he's a mage. He's got all this power. And it kicks off where all these like elders get just destroyed and killed, and this book gets taken, and from there this council of mages wants Farden to go and figure things out, and he's sent all over the place, and he's in the middle of politics and wars and conspiracies, and there's a lot of twisted stuff, and it's misuse of power and drugs, and it was awesome. So this is based on the first book, The Written, which I also have, and I'm excited to get into this book series now that I read this. It was really good. Highly recommend it, or just reading Written the book, because this is the story from that. So I'm excited to get more into this and to Ben Galley's work. So very cool. And then manga wise, I've been reading. I got my first omnibus. Look at how beautiful this thing is. I got the first 2, which I was well past those, but just looking at the artwork is just so cool in these. But yeah, I love Berserk. I did with the Red Company and with Tom Orange, did the Berserk live chat, and that was a lot of fun, but I'm way behind. I knew I was supposed to get I thought I was only supposed to get through volume 10. I thought we had said, but it was supposed to actually be volume 14. So then when I looked up stuff to remember kind of everything before our talk, I was like, oh, I didn't get that far. So then I did read, I am caught up now. And the next one we do, I'm going to get even further. I have it written down where I need to do. I think it's called the Through Conviction. So I'm just loving Berserk, reading it a lot, a little obsessed with it, which has cut into reading of some of my other things, which isn't good, but I'm loving it. If you checked out Berserk, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. But that's what I have been reading this week, and it's been going really well. So I'm having a lot of fun, and I look forward to sharing my thoughts with all my spooky season reads that you guys have missed, because I haven't been doing a weekly check-in. I'll talk about those in a video this week. Those were a lot of fun. And then next week, I'll talk about what I'm going to read this week. So Thank you. All right, next up, let's take a look at what the special edition of the week is. Take it away, Triple B. What's up, Beasties? I've got a special unboxing for you today that we're going to do with my face this time because it's so cool. We've got the book bringer. Let's get started. This is going to be super cool. I have been waiting for these books to come in. I cannot wait to show them to you. Okay. No tape can stop the book bringer. Check this out. Ooh. We've got some art prints. These are the special edition Novella set of the Sun Eater. Look at that. And that. And that. BEA, beautiful. Exquisite packaging, as expected. These are some hefty boys. Look at this. Number 1, we've got The Lesser Devil. Beautiful. Feels luxurious, thick. Ooh, it's kind of texturized. Cover feels very heavy. And you know I love those small hardbacks. Oh, so nice. I've read this one, but now, and it's got stories in it too, from the short story collections, which is awesome. Next up, we've got Queen Amid Ashes and Other Stories. I read Queen Amid Ashes too. That is beautiful. I will probably keep the other edition of Queen Amid Ashes because I do like that cover also. But can't wait to see what stories are in these. That's beautiful, stunning. What do we got here? They really package this so nice. Ooh, I'm excited about this one because this one I have not read yet. The Dregs of Empire, look at that. It's so heavy. Like, I wish you guys could feel the heft and feel how nice and it's a little shiny, texturized. Man, wow. And the pages are very smooth, high quality pages. These are nice. These are real nice. Real nice. BEA, beautiful. Thank you for that. They are gorgeous, are they not? I love you. Shh. Anyway, very nice. All right, so let's talk about some channel updates, what we've been doing, what we have coming up in the pipeline. It's going to be some good stuff. So recently, of course, this isn't just the past week because I haven't done Beast 2 Weekly for a little bit. But if you missed it, I did have some fun interviews here on the channel. I was able to sit down and have a chat with some of my good friends that I've made on here who are also authors and have just been tearing it up. And I was excited to talk to them about their stuff. And that was, of course, Molly Macabre, who I got to talk to about her book Dark Bloom. Had her on Halloween Eve. That was a lot of fun. I dressed up in my shark costume. That was a blast. I was also able to have on Sledge himself, Nick Horvath. That was an awesome conversation. Definitely check that one out. I also was able to have on Timothy Wolf, one of my best friends I've made on Booktube, to talk about all his awesome books and how everything's going for him. And this past week, I was able to have Corey Ratliff, another awesome friend I've made. He's a great guy, and his books are awesome, and I cannot wait for all the cool things that he has planned. All were great conversations. You should definitely check them out. I was also able to be on Jake at Nerd Level Rising's channel for his 1,000 subscriber celebration. If somehow you are a subscriber to me, Beasties, and you are not subscribed to Jake, get on his channel, check him out, subscribe. He's an awesome person. It is no surprise that he's gotten to 1,000 subscribers. He has a way about him where he is just great at what he does. He could talk about books and I could listen all day because he's just a cozy dude. But he is just a great person, and I'm super pumped and excited for him, and I can't wait to continue to see him grow, and I'm just glad to be someone that he considers a friend. So congrats to you, Jake. But also, I've been able to hang out with the entire Red Company as we prepare for our first buddy read video for We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle. And I got to do a Berserk video with them. That is Chance Dillon at Chance Dillon, Alex Iskandria. Their channels will be linked down below also, as well as Tom Orange. His channel will be down below. I haven't gotten to do any collabs with Tom yet, but he is awesome. And we got to talk about Berserk. It was supposed to be on Chan's channel, but we had some StreamYard difficulties, so I moved it to mine and kind of let Chance run the show on my channel. And I'm the noobiest noob when it comes to Berserk, so that's why it has consumed my reading time, because I'm trying to catch up, and I'm loving it. So that was a lot of fun to hang out with those guys. Look forward to our We Are the Dead discussion early December. It's going to be a great time. And then we'll talk about what we're doing next. But those are all awesome guys. You should definitely check out all of their Booktube channels and subscribe if you haven't already. And it was nice to see John from Talking Story jump onto that live stream too. As I say, we're off from the Talking Story tree. John has really been a big influence for all of us. He is awesome. He is the man. Thank you, John, for all you do for us, for readers, for authors, and for everybody. You and Jacob are fantastic. And this coming week, let's see, not during the week, but next weekend, I will be having my good friend, Anders from Anders Wizardly Reads, another one of the best friends I've made on Booktube so far. We chat all the time. He's awesome. I cannot wait to chat with him face to face on Beast Friends Forever. He's going to be on next Saturday if it still works out. Hopefully, that is the plan right now. And I don't think I have anywhere else to be. So this week should be a nice week to make some new content, get caught up on reading, and just have a good week with you guys, beasties. So look forward to all of that on the channel. And I do have some very exciting interviews down the pipeline in the works, especially one that I'm working on that I'm super, super excited about. I cannot say anything yet, but I will when the time comes. So that's what's going on the channel. I hope you're enjoying the content. This coming week, I have some ideas. I'm going to do another video about indie authors, some more indie authors I think you should check out. And then I'm not sure what else I'm going to do. It's time. Oh, I am going to do a wrap-up of my spooky book reads, because I hadn't done that during the last 3 weeks. I didn't have BCU Weekly, so look for that video. And then I'm not going to say anything else, because I'm not sure which ones I'm going to go with yet, but there will be at least one more video for sure. Indie authors one, spooky season reads wrap up, and then something else at least. And then look for lots of shorts, maybe some book reviews, some Brightness Booked, unboxings, depending on what comes in. Who knows? We'll see. But of course, all that question of the day stuff, all that's as usual. So it'll be a good week. And finally, as always, we're going to wrap it up talking about my writing. I've been writing a little bit, not every day, but most days, and it's been going well. It's good to get into a rhythm. I'm trying to find that rhythm, but I'm just enjoying writing when I can, and writing for having joy and pleasure in it, and not trying to force myself too much. But I have started working on some little short story novellas for each of the POV characters, kind of their story that gets them to the kingdom they're all going to end up in or around for book one, and then just slowly adding and doing things on book one, but focusing on each of their stories to learn more about them to help me with book one. So it's a process, but it's going well, and I'm enjoying it. I'm focusing first on the main character's story, and that is Alwyn, of course. He is the first one I'm writing, so I'm working on that right now and enjoying it. My plan is to release those heading up to the release of book one. I don't know when any of that is going to be, but that's kind of my plan and what I'm working on right now. So I will give you more updates as I have them, but I'm enjoying it, and maybe I'll share some sneak peeks along the way as I get further into the process. But thank you all for your support. As always, I cannot wait to share with you my writing and my worlds I'm excited about, and my stories I want to tell down the road. So thank you all very much, as always, beasties. Much love and appreciation. All right, and that is it for another episode of Beast Tea Weekly. I hope you had a great time. I hope I shared some news with you haven't heard, or at least talked about some stuff that you've already heard, but you had fun listening to it. And that is it. So make sure to leave me a comment if you haven't already. You know I love comments. I respond to everyone. I look forward to them. Let me know how your week's going. Let me know what you're reading, what you're doing. If any of this you've also read or watched, just say hello, because I love to chat with you, beasties. And if this is your first time here, consider liking and subscribing. Helps our channel grow. You'll become a beastie, part of a great community. We'll be beast friends, which is awesome. And you'll know when I have content come out, so you can see it right away. But also, you'll be able to take part in the question of the day we do every day, where you can vote on a poll I put out every morning, and then in the evening I release a short telling you the winner and what my answer was, and we have lots of fun with it. If you're not ready to yet, that's fine. Consider going to my page and checking out all my videos and shorts. I'm closing in on 300 video or pieces of content, if you will. So I'm excited for that. This will be $2.99, so the next one I do will be 300, which is pretty awesome. And I think that's all I got. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday or whatever day it is when you watch this. Until I see you in the next one, beasties, as always, devour your TBRs, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you. Good night, beasties. See you next time.